AI can take your tech job, but AI can't build a chair. I think not yet, not yet at least. So hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Afset, and as you know, this is a few moments where we talk about everything lifestyle, K-drama, fashion, and everything and anything I think about at the moment. So this is going to be a little different from my usual content because I'm going to be talking about something a lot more serious. That's why I'm dressed like a corporate farmer. But I'm going to be talking about side hustles. Not necessarily side hustles because I don't think they're side, more vocational side hustles. So you know the usual, your hair, your makeup, your lashes. It's a good side hustle, but at this point, let's be real, it's a bit oversaturated. And once there's enough saturation or too much saturation in a job, it becomes really competitive and very hard to break into. So these are a few side hustles you can get into that are considered male dominant, but if you get into it, you can earn a lot of money. And this is not me trying to be disrespectful in any kind of way or trying to tell you that, oh, you can't get into makeup or hair at this moment. You can still do whatever you want. I'm just telling you, if you dive deeper into something else, you can find a lot of money. That's it. So I'm going to be talking about a couple side hustles, vocational side hustles that you can go into that you can actually earn a lot of money as a woman. It's for the baddies. So if you're not a baddie, I'm joking. Anybody can watch this video. So the first one will be carpentry. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. So when I was in school, my teacher had this, she made this comment. She was like, oh, you should learn this if you don't want to end up being a carpenter, if you don't want to end up being a tailor. And what is wrong with carpentry? I feel like it's a very good vocational skill to learn. I'm someone that I'm so obsessed with art, anything art in general. So you can apply, it could be applied art, it could be fine art, it could be anyhow you want to manipulate art, I'm there. I love everything art. I'm kind of sidetracking, but hear me out. So when I was young, I had this plan that I am going to go into TD, that's technical drawing. I'm going to go into interior design. I'm going to go into architecture. Anything that you could actually apply the art that's in your head and you can make it into something. But the school, you could only do technical drawing if you're in science school, if you're in science class. And I'm not going to do chemistry or biology just to be an architect. It's not going to work. There would be too much red on that report card. I could not. And I was like, so that dream died there basically. But if you want to go into carpentry, you could go in by so many different ways. I have this analogy that if you sprinkle a little bit of African ancestry, you tell them that, oh, this stool was from the late 80s and people in the West used to sit down on it and it used to bring so much. You could just put any story, and with the perfect marketing strategy, you could make it work. I'm dead serious. You can sell anything online if you have a story. And it could be carpentry. You don't even need to actually cut the wood and nail a hammer on the head to actually make a table. You can actually get people that make the furniture and you can resell it, or you can actually go into the work by yourself and it makes sense. So I think you guys should check into carpentry because I couldn't, but if you could, I mean, I still could. But anyway, moving on. So the second one will be mechanics. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Do you know how much a Tesla mechanic is making a year? Let's not even go down to Tesla. A normal, if you have people that have Range Rovers or I don't know names of cars. My brother would probably kill me, but you know, the big cars. If you service one car, do you know how much that is? A lot of money. And you don't even need to go into the dirty, like you're getting your hands greasy or getting your whole attire oily. You can just be someone that owns a business that service cars, and as a woman that would earn you a lot more than, let's compare it, you servicing a Range Rover for a big person or you braiding hair. Again, I am not trying to be mean or anything, but weigh your options. It's a lot. And I think as a lady, you need to know the basics of a car. If you own a car or if you know someone that owns a car. So you need to know how to change a tire. You need to know how to fix the you need to know how to change the oil, the engine oil of your car. Crazy, I know. But you need to know how to like put water in the car in the places that need to. You need to know how to open the bonnet of the car. Basically, you need to know the basic things that go on in a car, or you're going to be stuck and you're going to need a man for the rest of your life. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, you know what I mean. So I think a lot of women should go into mechanics because there's a lot of money to be made, and we don't have enough time because the AI is coming for all our jobs. So the third one should be agriculture. I think people sleep on agriculture a lot because it doesn't bring in fast income. You have to wait for the crops to grow. You have to wait for the if you're dealing with poultry, you have to wait for them to like lay eggs and stuff. And it's considered a dirty job per se. Like if someone says, "Oh, what do you do?" "I'm a farmer," they're gonna look at you sideways like, what are you doing? But I had this trip in school that involved going to kind of like, should I call it a shop? It was a company that they specialized in farming and agriculture, but it was on the investment side. So you have a farmland, you own a farmland, you could own a farmland, you could own like 20 chickens, you could own whatever thing you want to cultivate from your phone. It was like an app. I think it was an app. I don't really, if I remember what it was, I will put it on the screen somewhere. But it was an app. You could own a farmland, you could own poultry from your phone, and you could like say how many chickens you want to own, how many plots of land you want to own, and how much like your investment from it. If your chickens like rear, let's say 20 crates of egg, that's a lot of money, and it doesn't need to be income that comes at the end of every month. Passive income is something that people should get into now, because investments in general are not something that comes immediately. You have to work, it has to cultivate, it has to germinate into something, and then you get your money that way. So I think agriculture is something people need to get into. I want to become a farmer. I don't know about you, but I really want to get into agriculture. It's been a dream of mine. So let's think about that together. The third one should be anything that you could do with your hand. So that is handcraft production. It could be pottery. I think same as carpentry, if you have a story behind the pots you make, you could sell it for $1,000, and I kid you not. I don't think there's any culture that doesn't have connections with a pot. It could be, you see it as a pot, but they see it as something ancestry that goes on for history and centuries, that okay, this pot has been there. It's like if you add a story to a pen that have been on it for quite a while, if you add a story to a pen, you can sell it for so much. You just need a story behind it, and you need to work on your branding, and you need to work on your marketing, and you need to get your target audience, and you can sell literally anything. So the kind of handicraft production I was talking about, it could be pottery, it could be bead making, it could be this crochet knitting. I'm obsessed with anything crochet. I don't know why I haven't gotten my hands on so many items, but I used to love crocheting. But you can get into anything that you can make with your hand, and you can sell it for a lot of money. Trust me, I've seen people sell a piece of those bags, those bead bags that they make. They could sell it for 500,000 naira. a single bag and people would actually buy it. So you can actually make things with your hand and sell them for a lot of money. You just need to know your target audience and, you know, how to go about it. But the fifth one, I can't keep track. But the fifth one is, I would say plumbing, but that's kind of like, I don't like plumbing. There's so many things about plumbing that I just, anytime a tap is off or the toilet situation, I don't like anything about plumbing. So you could try to go into plumbing. I think in general, blue collar jobs pay more. They just pay, if you're willing to put the work into it, they pay a lot more. I've seen a lot of people build like generational wealth from blue collar jobs. If you're just like, you don't even need to be the person working. You can have people working for you and you're still making a certain amount of money that you won't be able to touch with other kind of jobs. Let me just put it like that. So, I had this other one, auto spraying jobs, auto spray painting jobs. Like if you spray the car, that earns a sickening amount of money. If you could spray a car, there's this film, I don't know what it's called, this kind of like plastic thing they put on the cars now. So like you don't necessarily have to like spray paint the car, you can just like wrap it. Serious amounts of money to be made there. So if you're a lady and you kind of notice the markets in fashion is getting too oversaturated and you want to branch into something else that could get you a serious amount of money, go into vocational side hustles. This is for my girlies, this is for my ladies, this is for my women that don't exactly know where they stand in the job world, because job hunting now, it's in the trash, it's in the dustbin. It's so hard to get a job. LinkedIn is my sworn enemy. I hate it so much. I get into the app and I'm just like, what am I going to do here? So if you're still like me, trying to figure out if you want to go into the tech world or if you want to go into more of the vocational side, this video is for you. Because AI can take your tech job, but AI can't build a chair. I think. Not yet. Not yet, at least. So, you know, whatever suits you. If this video helps you, please, you know, like, follow, and subscribe. And I would bring back more side hustles. I think I like this topic a lot more. So if it makes numbers, if it does numbers, I would bring more side hustle ideas that you could go into. But for now, that will be all. Please like, share, subscribe, and put on your notifications if you haven't, and watch my previous videos if you haven't. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye. I think that's the first video.